it takes a lot of marketing spend and deliberate planning to really do proper marketing.
Somebody I was trying to cast for my film, I mentioned her name, the person said, she doesn't scream premium.
Oh, so
and she's pretty, she's so, you know.
Same thing for me.
But I'm like, yeah, in that
It's
project.
not premium.
And the person is like a babe,
Proper
she speaks
actor.
well,
Okay.
proper, you know.
We all know now that Netflix has pulled back a little bit.
Sure.
We all know that Amazon has completely almost exited the scene. And we have interesting news on NTAs trying to come back.
Yeah.
We have interesting news on Cover. People like Circuit are doing things. Showmax has just been acquired by, or completely acquired by Canal. So a lot is happening, but the central problem is that there's this issue of how do we get the project across to the largest amount of people. So far, YouTube looks like it has the biggest reach, but that's not a platform that everybody can work on.
Hi, my name is Goodness Emmanuel. I am a multidisciplinary creative.
This is Taiwo Egunjobi, a film director, and you're watching
The State of Nollywood Industry Table Talk, brought to you by Shock Africa.
Dear industry guests, welcome to another exciting episode of State of Nollywood Industry Table Talk by Shock Africa. I still remain your host, Akitile Olodamilare. And today, we're discussing no other industry than Nollywood. This industry has thrived, has submerged, as well as, being a talking point for the African cultural context globally. Now, I'm joined by two respected voices who are going to share their views on the challenges, the success, the setbacks, as well as some interesting back-end Nollywood drama. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So one of my first questions I used to ask my guests is, what have you been up to for the past few months? So I'm going to start with you, looking good. You're looking nice. Why do you?
I mean, when did I not?
always.
So I've been up to working, trying to make money. Recently just finished principal photography for baptism.
Nice.
So yeah, fingers crossed.
When you say
Fingers crossed, because it was a very hectic
Feature?
feature, yes. And then wrapped on a short film as well. Husseini. And another short film as well. Abobaku. So yeah, that's indigenous.
Oh, you're doing my law. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I mean, you just mentioned 3 projects.
Yeah.
And it takes time to develop this project.
A lot of time and money.
That do
and
lots.
stress.
Director Taiwo, your beards are looking well taken care of. I'll give that to you. So tell me, what have you been up to for the past 6 months?
Yeah, like I released my film Fire on the Mouth.
Hi.
And when did you release the film?
I think in first quarter.
Yes, and that came out, and then immediately I started. I went to do an experiment with my friends in Ibadan, a series called Bodija. Just finished making that, and then I'm developing quite a number of things. So mostly writing decks, making pitch decks, and developing stories. So we're constantly doing that.
Amazing.
So that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. So one of the things that we're examining right now on this table talk is, are you happy with the industry? Is the industry paying your bills right now? And what's like the major thing that you're doing right now in the industry that is bringing or sustaining your lifestyle, so to speak? So let me start with Goodness, because you're looking all good, green. The goodness kept up and
Am I
shine.
happy?
Yes.
Am I happy?
Yeah.
That's like,
Are you happy with Nollywood?
I'm happy because I have a space, to create, to do what I want to do.
Well,
I think that's where my happiness stops. Do I think that the place is conducive enough for me as a filmmaker to thrive as much as I want? Maybe not. Is it paying my bills? Not quite. Not quite. But maybe it is, because maybe not as a producer. Yes. Because again, I'm not just a producer, but it's what I'm earning from is still within the industry. So I manage talents, I cast, I I act when I
Olu.
feel like, yeah, because like
Multidisciplinary.
there's there's no one way to the
So
market.
in all of this, frontiers that you're working in the film industry, what is bringing the most money?
I don't want to say it. Yeah, I don't know if it's not producing, Sha. For now, I don't think it's production, but like all the other ones bring more money than producing. For now, even though I think that producing is where the money is at. Do you get what I mean?
But it's not there yet.
For now, or for me,
For now.
no.
Awesome. Taiwo?
Well, I mean, in the context of the country that we're in, one has to appreciate Nollywood for what it's doing for many people. It's being one of Nigeria's employers of labor. And if it's not paying bills in some regard, people won't be doing it. So I'm happy it's doing that. It doesn't mean it's at optimal level. And why should it be optimal? The entire economy is, of course, currently stocks are doing well, things about, we're not saying that this translates to other parts of national life. So I'm happy with Nollywood that at least, people do have careers and people are making a living. Definitely people are making a living.
Are you making a living out of Nollywood?
I'm making some kind of living. Of course, like you said, it's not always there, but there are days where, I mean, you do a film, you get some fees and that helps you. But because of the context of the kind of work I do, I'm also the local Nigerian context. So let me explain that. I don't know if you watched the Oscars, the award show where you had Brick Corbett saying that he's broke. That's the guy that won that made Brutalist.
Oh wow.
Himself and Anora's director. Forgotten his name.
824 guy, yeah.
Forgotten his name. Eludes me. So he was saying both of them are broke, and that's because they spend so much of their time developing these stories, and they don't get paid as much for being artists because it takes your life.
Yes.
So for someone like me who doesn't necessarily work in the TV space where you're constantly working, or maybe I don't do TV ads on the side, a lot of those, or I'm not in any form of a commercial system where I have to make 10 films in a year.
Right.
I'm trying to be an artist, so I'm taking years to develop a story.
Right.
Nobody's going to pay me well enough to justify that. So in that sense, it's a general artistic program. The industry cannot really pay the artist in any context. So we do it because we love it, and this is the thing we can do. So, but on the down low, I mean, we can eat
Surviving
once in a while.
Awesome.
And drink.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
I think you've also had an interesting couple of years as a director and also as a studio owner, in terms of where you had a Green Fever last year, because great film festival, and then you came on Prime, and then now you have Fire on the Moon. Did Fire on the Moon did the festival run?
I did one festival. It was at Nollywood in Paris.
Nice. And then now it comes to Prime. And I wanted to ask you, right, so this means that you're consistently now putting out work. What has changed in the dynamic for you for the past couple of years, where you had a Green Fever last year and you had a Fire on the Moon last year? I'm very sure you might have released another feature film before the end of the year, or just even next year.
So I became a studio director. Prior to that moment, I was doing things for myself and my team, but after doing second unit work with BB for Nimja for Breath of Life.
Nice.
Nimja had the opportunity to have a slate from Amazon. So Nimja did the amazing thing of sharing the slate with people like myself, Korede, Aziz, Cardoso. So I was privileged to get two. So the moment I finished Green Fever, they asked, "Do you have something else?" And I have a personal thing of always have a thing ready to go. So I took the opportunity and said, "Okay, let's go for it." So that's been the change. So working for Nimja means that they will handle all the funding instruments you need and provide a bit more of the institutional support that we need. Even down to even development. They will give you notes on stuff.
Yes.
So that makes it a bit more faster, and so that's that's explained my last 2 years.
Yes, and it's amazing for you because I know previous years, right? You I think you're almost like an experimental person, like you said, where
They are doing
and
To be honest, you're explaining to him.
I think next year I would love to see you direct a blockbuster,
Well,
quote and unquote.
yeah, I mean, it to me, like I was just chatting with her before again, that I think my next evolution personally is, I think, let's see if we can do a blockbuster.
Yes,
You know, let's see if we have the capacity to do it, and if
yes,
we have the patience for the system, because it's difficult to make films in Nigeria. But yes, it's one of the things I'm thinking. I think we've done a lot of good work. I mean, I think not too
by your
bad.
standard,
Not too bad. It's better you're not too bad. Right? It was like, you're not too bad, you know. But definitely, yes, I think there's still levels to go. And I think just in following my heroes like Denis Villeneuve, Tarantino, it's a time where you move and you keep on iterating and say, okay, this time let's do something a bit more global, or let's do something a bit more exciting, a bit more fun, and, you know, try to reach more audiences with the cinema we do. So yeah, it's in my dream.
It's in the pipeline.
pipeline.
I love it.
Dream. It's in pipeline.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Taiwo. So, Goodness, I want to talk to you about someone who has been in the industry for a while now. Right now, where is the demand for projects that you're working on? And how are you funding those projects to make it happen? Because you can dream and dream and dream, but if there's no money, it's not going to come to pass. So how are you navigating that spectrum market?
I think that as a filmmaker, that's my greatest challenge. You know, like you want to tell certain stories, certain type of stories, and you're wondering like, where's the money for this type of film going to come from? Sometimes you don't even have a Nigerian film to say, okay, this is my reference. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Case studies.
Yes, and I'm just like, trust me.
Trust me, bro.
You know, and yeah, it's not easy. I'm working on something soon, and I mean, we just got funding, but we've been trying to get funding for like 3 years or 4 actually, and we're trying to say this is what we're trying to do. You've not seen it, but you know, it's like this, and it's hard because of the kind of films that I personally want to tell. So far, I've been getting funding from like immediate people, like your
Community.
yes, that's really it.
Close
Like
circle.
your
Family and friends?
yes, friends, family, people who believe, people who want to, who are patient enough, you know, because again, it's patience. Because I remember when I did the degree, I was very, you know, adamant about not getting money from
So
anybody.
you could do it on your time.
Yes, because I'm just like, if I'm going to get money from somebody, there's going to be some pressure. At first, I wanted to, and I know that it's talking about, oh, you have to change this or change. I'm just like, I don't want to change anything. I just want to do this thing. You know what?
Yeah,
Let me.
yes.
Am I going to sell laptop? Am I going to sell car? Am I going to? We sold things, to be fair.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
you saw personal things
Oh yes,
in the film.
yes. We sold personal effects, you know. But then seeing it do well afterwards, like, oh,
Did very well.
you know, and for my first film, my first outing, it's like, oh, okay, you know, not bad. So I believe in what I want to tell. I'm like, okay, I'm going to find a way to, you know, make it. Do I know the way right now? Maybe not. But I'm encouraged because, like I said, I just got funding for a film, which, you know, blew my mind. I'm like, okay, so we can actually get this kind of money. But it took a long time. And then, you know, you're talking to somebody and the person saying, okay, you know what? It was actually even a friend. Like, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this somewhere. And the person took it somewhere. And they said, you know what? We like it. I want to give you money for it. You know.
Amazing.
But now, you know, there's also the fact that you're now on a
Now I have to deliver.
yes, now I have to deliver. Like now,
Pressure's
these people
on.
are giving me money. How do I defend this money that they're giving me? Okay, you know, how do I break it down that okay, they're giving me money, but I'm not gonna film this thing until next year. They don't understand it. Some people don't understand it. So,
When I give you, go and do it immediately.
yes, go and do the film, but like I can't do it now. I need this
Time.
I need pre-production time.
Development.
Yeah, so I'm now thinking of how I'm breaking down the fund and telling you, okay, this is what I'm
Trenches,
spending
go-
now. You know, because I need you to give me money now. But if you don't see me on set, you're like,
What are you
so what are you
using
money for? You know, and so I wish we had more like very film focused, like funding. People that understand the actual process.
Finance, yeah.
Yes, we don't have that much.
Awesome. I think you're gonna give me more gems when we start our grading, because I think that's a pillar that we're gonna touch on. But thank you so much. And then still on you, right? I wanted to ask you, what for you in this industry, do you think Nollywood rewards hard work?
Yeah.
And how does somebody build a brand that is credible?
Does Nollywood reward hard work? I would say yes, in some way, because like hard work too is relative, if I would say that. Like, so in some way, like, so the people who are doing work, hard work, they're doing work. Like, if you're going to be on set and shoot a film, it's already hard work. Yeah, coming out, whether if you like the film or not, that's not even the point. Is it hard work? Yes, if you're going to come out and dance and do all the things that you're going to do, yeah, it's hard work. And so there's some reward for that.
Awesome. I can't wait for that, because I was in dance, by the way. And speaking of dancing and building a brand, I'm actually gonna get your take on that. For you as a producer, right, who is becoming a studio director, who has made 2 feature films in a calendar year, how are you marketing your films? How are you making sure your films are being seen by the right persons?
So I think the context is different for the project. When I did On a Vibe, that was in Ibadan, which she lightly acted. My first film ever, she was lead actor with Timmy Foster.
Amazing.
And that one was just, let's just do something that's a bit artistic and see how it goes. That was a nobody thing. So that was marketed through going to festivals and talking to friends who were journalists, write about this film and stuff like that. We knew it wasn't going to have a big audience. We knew that because it wasn't made that way. We wanted to make a statement instead. So we focused on journalists who were speaking to people who already want to see that type of stuff. So that's what we did. But for Green Fever, On Our Vibes was also the same thing as well. For Green Fever and Fire and the Moth, these were projects done with Nimja.
Yes.
And done for Amazon to be on the Amazon pad. And in many cases, you try to do a bit of promotions because, but in many ways, because you already have an outcome. Yes.
It's locked in.
It's logged in, and in many cases, you should depend on the institutional power of the person who has bought it.
Yes.
So, for example, if it's an Amazon project, you want Amazon to also be part of that marketing pipeline.
Right.
And, and so you try to do those things and try to work with, it's just different when you have a outcome already. People, I think it's difficult to demand for big money to market and promote a project that already has an outcome, because realize they already have been paid.
Yes, it's already a market.
It's already market either ways. So the incentives to doing great marketing, or should I say wide marketing, are not as high.
Yes.
Not like I agree, but I'm just stating how things usually get,
Right.
because at the end of the day, it's a business of numbers. You have to justify the numbers you're getting. And I should say more, but it's a dangerous conversation.
Yeah, because can I ask something? So I was just thinking, because when you're saying, okay, there's already a market, like, we know that, right? There's a place, there's a house for this film, but doesn't also mean that people are going to watch your film, because like they're two different things. Yeah, so it's just like, as a filmmaker, yes, it's money, but it's also you want people to see your work, see the work, and so that's where it gets all this thing for me. So like, how do you because sometimes with Amazon, for example, now you can't really say that people are really watching. You know what I mean? You might even open and
imagine
see the film.
It's a platform that is still growing in Nigeria.
Yes, and I'm like, but I made this awesome thing, and I want people to actually see it more than just the money that.
Let me say a story, or let me just say an analogy. A lot of people and scholars agree that piracy helped Nollywood.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
And it helped Nollywood to grow quickly, to go to places where it could never have even planned to go.
Yes.
And many people believe that not having piracy has reduced the amount of household names we produce across the continent. For example, you say, I mean, if you put a Jamaican in Sierra Leone, for example, everybody knows him. But I'm not so sure that current era Nollywood actors have the same notoriety.
I think we'll talk about that.
You get so, and I'm saying that to say that it takes a lot of marketing spend and deliberate planning to really do proper marketing and promotions for films, and we don't always do that properly in Nigeria.
Right.
And that's also because of the platforms that have been involved and what that has done to us, in the sense of, when I know that it's coming to this place and I've been paid already, should I spend?
The money is in the bank.
Yes, the artist in you, like for example, me, I want people to see the projects. You know, so I'll do the regular things I should do. You know, like reach out to the press, have press events, have a proper screening, and give screeners to journalists to talk about them. You know, and try to do promotions, you know, activations in town, billboards here and there, a couple of appearances on TV stations, which I did all of those for, to find them all. Thankfully, Nimja was able to assist in that, you know, definitely. But, you know, you get the sense that we can do more, but doing more costs a lot.
It does.
And
It does.
we still need to get to a point where we have boutique marketing and promotion firms, Hollywood firm. But it's a difficult thing because to bring a company that does that, you need to have enough films to justify the business. Now, how many films can spend, say, 200 million naira on just marketing? It's connected to this economy that needs to be stronger so that everybody else can just do stronger and thrive.
Awesome. Goodness, I want to ask you about the economy of being an actor and the economics of it. Right now, if you want to break into the acting market in Nigeria, what does it take?
I know the answer.
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Yeah.
To break into the market, like,
As a star.
because I actually struggle with the concept of like stardom. Like, what really is it? Like, so when people say this person has blown, this person has not blown, I actually can't process it properly. Like, yes, I'm like, what do we actually mean? Do you mean like, okay, so that if person's on the post, that people will come and watch the film? Because really, we don't have that many people. I don't know them. Like, I don't know. I think
Somebody
top of
who
my
call,
head, I probably just know 3.
it's funny because
Because
I'm sorry, so when I go to, for example, Yoruba industry and I look at them, some people we call stars in Lagos, they don't command the
doesn't
numbers
translate, yes.
that a guy you've not seen, but he's done 1,000 Yoruba films. He probably works in the market and people know him more than they know the stars
That's your,
that we are.
yeah,
So
so
I
like-
get
so I'm like, when you see one,
question there.
because this is what I say to actors. I say, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want to
Out
be?
of this.
Yes. Like, what do you want? Do you want to be famous? Do you want, when
Shall
they
be the
say your
authority.
name, they say, oh, that's quality work. Because there are different paths for those things. Oh, I just want, when I'm in the market like this, you're shouting my name. There's another, I'm like, I won't tell you to go and start working with Taiwo or work with me, because I won't give you that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not what, I'll say, go to Asaba for 4 months.
4 months.
Like,
Go to 3 years.
not 4 months, I'm telling you,
4
like,
months is
back
even
to
enough.
back, like,
Back to
do
back.
those films. Yeah. And it's not a bad thing. Like, I don't know, like, people took us as a bad thing.
Nobody says a bad
Yes, like, because when you say that, it's like, Asaba. No.
which begs the
What do
question.
you want to do?
Our modern day quote and unquote stars who are based in Lagos, does that mean that there's a bubble?
Yes, very much so.
Taiwo.
I was somewhere and Femi Adebayo walks into and shuts down the market. It's a market. Market can happen. Now, there are people that are stars in the mainstream Nollywood today that will walk into a room and nobody knows them in Ibadan.
Yes.
So like I live in Ibadan a lot. I go to Ibadan. So I don't want to mention it with the actors that you put in social markets. They will know who
They walk and nobody's
And it's not, and they're doing work.
But-
They're doing great.
But there are guys on YouTube that they've never done any cinema films. They've never done any, and that's and so in many ways we need to reconfigure how we talk about the industries in Nigeria.
True.
We have a lot of
Absolutely.
elitism about our conversations. Actually, we have a national industry. We have regional industries that are thriving as well, thriving and doing very well.
They exist.
And this is the same in India. But India has that. We have the Telugu, and we have the Bollywood.
Yes.
But we always say everybody is Nollywood. Yes.
Bollywood. Yeah.
but
And
it's
in
not-
many ways, we can brand use because we've had arguments over time. People say, "Oh, I don't want to be fine." Okay, we're all Nollywood, but there are different expressions. So sometimes these guys in the regional expressions have much more audiences. They have much more fans. They are much more the stars.
Yes.
And people are catching up to it these days. A lot of cinema films, they'll load up
Yes.
20 Yoruba film actors
And
because
it be a hit.
Yes.
because
And
they
that's
know
why
they
you
have
see what's
numbers.
the path to breaking? Like you can't
Just go make-
yes, go and do that,
You-
and then you'll be that.
Go to the regional.
Oh, you want to do this? Then the people you want to work. There's some films you should never do. If you want to do some
You
film,
want to do
you want to
prestige
yes
project.
Don't do that project because there's somebody I was trying to cast for my film. I mentioned her name. The person said she doesn't scream premium,
Oh, so
and she does. She's pretty. She's so.
same thing for me.
But I'm like, yes, in that project.
Premium.
Yeah.
And the person is a like a babe. She
Proper
speaks
actor.
well, proper, but person
Let
has
me
done
ask you a
so much
question.
of a particular type of film that person does not fit
Ah.
into this film we're trying to
A particular type of film or release with a particular type of platform.
make.
Both.
Both.
It's the same. I have the same
so
issues as
sad.
well. Because when you are casting, I'm casting your reputation as well. So that's why you see there are some great actors. For example, I use the example of my first guy. I said Nolan is never going to cast a Megan Good, Christopher Nolan.
Of course.
Even though Megan Good she's great, she's amazing. But
That's not the type of actors he works with.
yeah, because the reputations is there, the community you are bringing in
Yes.
is there.
People you're
So
coming with.
and it's not so. Same thing happened to me. The actor, I said she's probably the best actor, but she probably won't work for this project because you are bringing in a reputational information. That's one
Yes, okay, yeah, we talked about that.
reputational information, and then when I see on the poster, it don't look credible.
Yeah, it's not even like because like when it was like the thing is so real. Like I was like, put these people's pictures on the poster.
Not credible.
I'm like, in fact, pairing the person with the person who paired as the
say, what are you
lead,
doing?
I'm like, people will be confused. People will be like, what's this film really
About
about? And it's not about physical features. It's just who the person is.
like
kind
the
of projection
digital information we've
yes,
absorbed about
yes.
that person.
Is she fantastic? And she's amazing. Like I know she can do the work. And I have cast her before. And I could if I cast her 4 years ago when I for this film that time it would have made sense.
But now
after
the information
yes,
developed.
I'm just like I can't. I have to look for somebody else. So like you have to know what.
And that's
you
what
want.
a casting director will tell actors, because she also does
Yeah.
that. She'll tell you, decide what you want to do,
Yes.
because everybody is watching. Producers and directors were always watching
Amazing.
that who fits. Sometimes you see a director rather say, I'm going to go for the freshest student who doesn't have any
They cleanse
rather than
record.
and use this guy, because this guy I love him, but he's bringing information I don't want actually with my project.
And the exceptions, a few that transcend all.
I
this.
think the older,
They're very, very.
I think the
few,
older,
yes, where
older
this
guys,
platform,
generation.
yes,
Yes.
and I put them here, and it still looks okay. Like they're very few, and those are people I consider the real.
I think
stars.
okay.
Yes.
Well, I would consider the real stars as people who get people in seats.
Does that mean that distribution is still fragmented? And even for you as talents in the industry, everybody says they don't want to be famous, but you want your work to be seen. You want to not necessarily break, but you want to appeal to your market, and you want to get in front of your market and own that market. How are you pushing distribution-wise to be able to build your community as high as you can get?
So what's really happening? You started by saying distribution is fragmented. Definitely it is fragmented. We don't have enough cinema screens. Don't have enough cinema chains. We all know now that Netflix has pulled back a little bit.
Sure.
We all know that Amazon has completely almost exited the scene. And we have interesting news on NTAs trying to come back.
Yeah.
We have interesting news on Cover. People like Circuit are doing things. Showmax has just been acquired by, or completely acquired by Canal. So a lot is happening, but the central problem is that there's this issue of how do we get the project across to the largest amount of people. So far, YouTube looks like has the biggest reach, but that's not a platform that everybody can work on.
Use.
You can't make a $7 million film and put on YouTube. It's not always a good idea. Maybe it's in some sense, but it's not always going to be a good idea. So it's difficult. A lot of people will say, if you want to build the audience, maybe that explains why many of the veterans are putting their old films on YouTube as well, because maybe they feel like we need to also be building the audience. So it's the Wild West now. And so for me, I'm just trying to get to a point where my films can be transcendental in the sense that there's an audience locally, but we can even get global about it. Where you can go to proper film festivals, international film festivals, and from those places even get distribution deals that are international. Because I think there's a diaspora side to things that we have not really, maybe we won't explored it, but we've not captured it. And maybe a bit of that is because the project aren't right yet, and also because we are also not being deliberate about it. Maybe our ambitions in how we tell the stories have to be a bit much more serious. But that also comes back to how educated are we to even get to these places. The people who want to, the industries that we want to compete with in this global game all have years of experience ahead of us.
Yes.
So how are we doing it without institutional support, without financial support, without technical support, without different things? We don't have post-production facilities, to make it.
I'm getting.
So it's still it's a process. Like in Nollywood, it's like it's a mix of growth and growing pains. Like
we are still, we
don't have the
very young.
full
We've done very well as a bootstrapped industry that has come up by itself. But the next iteration requires institutions, requires training, requires serious funding, and it requires our economy to be stabilized.
I think this is a very good point to ask my guests in terms of really the industry in certain pillars. I have 5 cards on the table, 5 being the highest and 0 being the least. And the very first pillar I'm going to ask you to grade is infrastructure and production capabilities. So you're going to grade studios, equipment availability and technical resources, as well as quality of post-production facilities and number and competence of production houses that we have in the industry. Taiwo, you're shaking your head.
That's a lot of questions. A lot of things to grade.
Infrastructure and production capacity.
Let me be kindish.
Wow. It's 2. Tell me why you chose it 2.
We have a long way to go. Like I don't say we have no infrastructure, but it's like
It's not enough.
it's like in the foundational stage.
A 3. Why a 3?
No, that's so nice. Good to see what's the studio now.
So I think, and that's because I think in the last 1 and 2 years, I've seen a lot of movements that are mostly incubational, are still incubating. I've seen people try to build villages. I've seen people try to do studios, right? And so it's growing, but so that 3, it could be a 2, but a 3 because if we keep up at the pace that we are going right now, it could be a solid 3 and 4 through the next 5 years.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, the next pillar is talent pool and creative development. So you're going to go the industry based on availability and training of actors, directors, and cinematographers, access to film schools as well as workshops, and finally, support for screenwriting and storytelling culture.
Just to like I'm not true to myself.
I think you should do it.
Go ahead.
This is a 3 with a with a wobble.
Shaking.
Because like talent pool, if I say for actors, I would stay on a 3, right? For other
disciplines?
I would lean more towards like maybe a 2. Facts why I say a 3 or even higher for actors is because it's not because I know I'm one of the people that know me well. I really talk about what should they do, but I know it's also because of the space that they're in. I know many people they can do way better than we actually watch on screen. I know that's for a
So the environment.
fact. Yes, like they're also working with the wrong people. Yeah, like the wrong people. They're working with the wrong material. So when people say, okay, this actor is the same in all the films, I'm just like, this. Look at the script. I promise you, the characters are this. They're not doing anything different. So like the actor, and then you're trying to pay bills. So he's moving from one set to another. He doesn't have the time to do the work. Not because he can't do the work, because if he actually has the time, he will do so much better. So like for acting, I'd lean, higher. For the other disciplines, I'd say lower.
Awesome. Taiwo?
Yeah, I'll do it too. And that's because I agree with her completely, because we have charter schools. So charter schools are not enough film infrastructure. So we can always produce actors that will always be able to stand their ground anywhere globally. But because film is not simply about acting, film has a bigger infrastructure. We need directors, we need producers, we need studios, and we don't have those things. People are trying many good things. We have the MTF, we have Ebony Academies. Those are all good attempts to fix that issue. But
Right.
the country is too big to domicile those opportunities in
just
bulk place. We need more,
bigger,
and much more credentialed.
Yeah.
Awesome. So next pillar that we're going to be looking at is funding and investment. I like that. Access to public and private funding, presence of grants, tax incentives and co-production agreement, and investor confidence and risk appetite for local film projects. How would you grade that particular pillar? Wow.
Let me tell you, I think that we don't even have a government, so like a government that supports like the industry in the right way, the right sense, even like with our taxes, and like we need to do so much.
So public funding is not.
Yes,
there.
yes. You said there is funding, but like where is it?
What about private?
We can't access it. Yes, but then again, not many of them are willing to take the risk. Like I was saying earlier, they're not like actual film financiers. Like in that sense, it's like, oh, okay, how much we go make? It's like, why you have to enter this thing with me? Like we have to take the risk together. Yeah. So if we fail, we fail together. And we've not gotten to that point. Yes, there's some people, but not all. Yes.
Taiwo?
Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Funding outcomes usually connected to distribution outcomes. So when, for example, we had the gold rush, Netflix was around, Amazon was around, it was easy for VCs to move to film financing and say, you know what, you guys are making money, so now you guys have a way of making money.
Making the money.
So now we can put money. And in that period, a lot of people actually got funds from VCs.
Yes.
But the moment that pushback or what happened, the pullback came from Netflix and Amazon, a lot of them have shifted strategy and now saying that the only way we'll give you money is if you can prove how you get the money back. Now, it's difficult to prove because the box office is war, and it's only December that, of course there are peak periods around the year, but there's a December warfare that happens.
December is proven.
It's, but it's difficult because you are playing with everybody else. Number two, audience spending power is very low compared to everybody else. And because we don't have cinema models, everybody's coming to play in this singular place. So all the places like Netflix, Amazon, you could say, okay, you are going to get a deal if you do this film. You're going to get it distributed. Without those assurances, financials are going to have cold feet. They're going to have cold feet that I don't know if I'll get my money back.
It's actually it's really scary.
Scary.
It's very scary.
So right now, I really want to appreciate the people who have done it, who are doing it currently, even without knowing what is going to happen.
They
are still making films. It's crazy.
Actually, it's madness.
Now I'm going to ask my guests to rate the industry in terms of exhibition and distribution. And focal points will be on reach of domestic films in cinemas, streaming platforms and TV, presence of local film festivals, and participation in international markets, and quality and number of theaters, multiplexes, and distribution networks. Taiwo.
Yeah, like
I think I want to ban this too.
Two is safe.
Yeah, because like if you don't want it, it's like I just hate
Yeah.
that.
So two is because I've been harping on about comedy cinemas, which a lot of people are thinking about, but again, these are all experimental attempts because we don't have a cinema culture that justifies it yet. So but I can't tell people not to try. We don't have it. So we don't have enough screens. We don't have enough. We can't. In India, for example, why am I always using it?
Yeah, it's a great example because population.
India have different levels. They have the very popular multiplexes in the cities.
Right.
So they have the very cheap community cinemas, and they have other streaming platforms even apart from Netflix and Amazon. So we've not done a lot of this.
Yes.
We don't have enough screens. A part of that is also because what is the spending power? People are on YouTube. They want to watch things clearly. And they've come up from a home video culture.
Yes.
Where you watch things on TV or you buy cassettes and stuff. It has to be cheap. So even when people have some money, they're like, you don't spend a lot of let me use it to flex. You get. So last year we had 2 million people at the cinemas for a country of 200 million people. That's the entire year. Whereas other industries do 2 million in a week. We did 2 million, and in that out of that, only 50% watched Nollywood.
Even less than 50%.
There's maybe 47%
Yeah.
watch.
What is 50%?
So people are coming, but some people are saying Nollywood. I'm not seeing it. I don't want to see it because they have their own tastes, and so we haven't. There's a type of project we need to start. Or we need to start doing some type of projects and marketing them properly to get to a real good level with that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like I said, the Nigerian economy just needs to be better than the middle class. The higher audience spending power has to be there, so that the culture also becomes to come. Because even if we do that, sir, we don't have the industry is very young. People like we scholars, we like talking about the golden era, but hope you know that all of that stopped in the 90s and a new era entirely started in 1990s till 2005-6, and then a new 2006 era led by Queen Afolayan and the rest started again, and that's an entirely new era. And so we are a very young industry, and the culture is just coming back.
Also, I'm going to ask Goodness to take the final pillar, which is regulatory and institutional support. How do you rank the industry in terms of government policy towards the film industry, existence of film commissions and development boards, as well as protection of intellectual property and freedom of expression? Goodness.
We'll still stay on it too, to be fair. And that's because, we're just not there. Like we're babies. Yes, we're going. And two, it's not because I feel like, oh, we're doomed. It's because it's a two because I know that there's 3, 4, 5 to
And we'll
go.
get there.
Yes, that's why it's a two, because like you can't when you're talking about like protecting like your IP. I'm just like we just how many months ago where we saw like 4 people made the same film on YouTube. The same film. So if we had an actual guild of regulatory body, it will not. That cannot happen. And that's crazy in 2025. Like they're not even unknown people. They are popular people. You know what I mean? Doing the same.
Established.
Yeah. So we don't yet have the institutional support that we actually need.
On a final note, I'd like to ask my guests what they think the future of the industry is and what are they doing to get to this future. Taiwo.
I think the future is very bright. And that's not the normal thing people say. But I'll say it because I believe that the Nigerian economy will keep on getting better. I think that will pull more people back into the middle class.
Yes.
And we'll have more of a local spending power, which would mean we'll do it locally. But more importantly, I think the next level is how do we break into the global market? Even if it's just the black diaspora alone that we're able to reach, I think there's juice there. So I'm trying to see an industry that gets to a point where we can enjoy our films around the world, just like we enjoy Nigerian music. That's where I want us to get to, where Nigerian films can be enjoyed by anybody.
But would you say there was an era where we had this?
We were building up to it, but we never got there. So it's 2 eras. We had the golden era, which was still local, but we had the Nollywood home video era, which was popular as an home video tradition?
Yeah, Goodness.
Yeah, so I agree with everything that Taiwo has said, but so I don't repeat that. Just something that I personally, as a filmmaker, what's my contribution to the kind of industry that I want to see is, I think it's in the quality of work that I make. Like I want to, yes, because we're saying there's no good work. Saying good work will speak for itself. And
Awesome. Thank you so much, Goodness. Thank you so much, Director Tavi. And with that, we put a pin on this particular episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to share this with your industry friends. Like, share, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on socials at Shock Africa. Till next time. Bye-bye.